Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Diane's Sewing Room. And today I'm making a start on my quilted jacket that I've been planning for a little while. So I have all my parts now for it that I've been waiting for, and I've changed my mind about 3 times about what I was going to do. So I was going to make the design out of basic black, the book, which I showed in previous video. I got that out the other day, started laying out all the pieces, ready to cut it out, and I was looking at it. And I have made things from that book before and it seemed very small. And the things I've made before really did fit where they touched. And I thought, even if I adapt this, I'm going to be doing quite a lot of work on it with the quilting anyway. I don't want to be making this and then it not fit. So I was really uncertain about spending a lot of time on that, or maybe even making a mock-up first of all. I just wasn't feeling it. So I've put that to one side and I've had a few changes of heart since, but I have decided on what I'm doing now and it's all cut out. So no going back now. But this is the second thing that I was going to make. Where have I put it? Here. I made this jacket before. I don't know if I've showed this in previous video, but I will show it in one of them. So I made this birder jacket before with the hood, which is really nice, and it has a drawstring waist. And I made it in this lovely Art Gallery Fabrics cotton and lined it, and I put like some lining of a hoodie material in that when I made that before. It worked really well and I love it. I thought about doing that, but I didn't really want a hood on my denim quilted jacket. I just wanted sort of a hip skimming jacket, maybe even a small collar or no collar. The one in the basic black had a stand-up collar, so I decided, no, I'm not making this one. So I'll show you what I'm going to do. So here's what I've decided on. So this I have made before, and I've made it in a cord, and I'll show it you because I've hung it on my mannequin to show you what I mean. And it's either a cardigan or a jacket. So it's this birder one. I'll come around here so you can see a little bit better. And I made the long line one with these just square patch pockets just there. You can also make it as a short one. So you either make this as a cardigan or a jacket, depending what fabric you do it in. And it's not lined in this pattern. So I am going to line mine and I am going to quilt it. So I've cut it out just a touch bigger. Now it's good fit, so I didn't want to cut it out too big. I've just allowed enough for that little bit of wadding. So I'm hoping it's not going to be too tight. I'm not intending on wearing this with loads of clothes like I'm wearing today underneath it anyway. So hopefully this is going to work out well when I quilted all the fabric. It's just edge to edge or button up in the pattern design, and the one that I made before was just edge to edge, no fastenings, no closures. What I'm going to do is, where it meets edge to edge, is I'm going to add a nice metal zip. So I ordered this zip to go with the denim. So it's got good strong pulley on it and metal teeth. So that's just going to fit down the centre where it goes edge to edge, just here. And I've cut the pattern out just ever so slightly longer, about a centimetre longer, so that just fits just right. The zip that I'd ordered for the basic black pattern, which I'm not now using. And I've cut out my denim, I've cut out all my wadding pieces, ready to stitch it on, and I had some fabric left from a dress that I made a while ago and I loved it, and it's just enough to do the body and the back of the body and the front panels, and then the sleeves I'm doing them in a red satin lining. I always like to do the sleeves in a proper lining fabric so that your arms slide in nicely. And I mentioned this tip to somebody else, another vlogger the other day, because she was talking about lining her garments, and I just find cottons and different things can look fabulous, but when you push your arms in, you really want them to slide in no matter what you're wearing. So it's best to use lining there. So I've put some red lining in the shoulder piece, the shoulders, the sleeve pieces, and the back and front are in this gorgeous print. So this is a viscose chalet fabric, and that's just going to be the lightweight lining that hangs on the inside. I think that'll look brilliant with the dark denim. Got my wadding cut there ready. I've got straw lines on that now and try not to mess it up quilting it. So those are my pieces. Something else that I'm changing slightly on it is there are just the squarish patch pockets on this design. I wanted slightly bigger ones, and I wanted them to have a nice sort of shape on them. So I've cut this shape out of this grid paper, and I cut them out and then place them on the one that I have on the mannequin to see what they'd look like. And I'm going to make mine like that. So I'm thinking I'm going to quilt these as well. I don't know if it's going to be too thick, but I do want it to not stand out and look odd on the jacket. I may try one and see what it looks like and then decide, but I've cut out the quilting pieces anyway. I've had to patch a few together here because I was just running out. And then I'm going to line inside that as well with maybe some lining fabric so the pocket's got a nice finish. So I'll show you the one on the mannequin that I made before, but bear in mind it's going to have different pockets, it's going to be quilted in denim, and it's going to have a zip up the front. So I'll flip you around so you can have a look at that. So this is the one I made previously. As you can see, this is in sort of quite a large cord, a red cord, and I'll pop you down so you can see a bit better. So as you can see, it's just got these pockets in this one, and my pocket is going to come up deeper. So I'm thinking sort of to here, but the nice shape going towards the side. So that's what I'm doing for that. And then as you can see, it's a round neck, but mine's going to have a zip going down the front. So that's the one I made previously in this design. So now I'm going to get started on that. So first of all, I'm going to quilt my denim pieces. Now I'm not doing the whole thing as a sew along for this, but I am going to show you different elements. So I've showed you what I'm doing, what I've changed. I'll do a bit of the quilting and show a little bit of that. Maybe when I'm trying out the pockets. So I'll show you a few bits of the process, obviously the end product, but I'm not going to do the whole thing as a sew along because there are things that I just want to do sometimes, just crack on and make them and enjoy the process rather than having to film every last bit of it. So you will be seeing bits of the process, but as I said, not a whole step by step for this one. So back soon with a bit of quilting. So I have no specialist quilting rulers or tools or anything, so I've just been using a small one. Could really use a bigger ruler really, but what I've done is I've just drawn on my grid and I've measured it, distance between some of them, and then I started doing it by eye because I just found I was having as much success doing it by eye as I was trying to join up dots. And what I did read is you do all your lines in one direction, so keep going in the same direction, and then I've turned it around and I'm going down the other direction now and just stitching down my chalk lines. And that's creating my diamond grid on my denim. So I think that's looking alright. They look pretty much even, but that's only the back done. I've got to do both sides and the sleeves now, and possibly the pockets if I'm going to do those as well. Right, so I've quilted all the denim. It's taken a little bit longer than I expected. I knew it'd take a while. I've had to change thread a few times. It uses quite a lot of thread too. It's quite thread intensive. So I've done that and I've added a pocket. Now I'll show you what I've done with the pocket. So I have decided to quilt my pockets also like this, same way as the jacket. I've used some red lining on the back. So what I've done is I've stitched it both sides together like this. So right side to right side, turned it through so that it's like this, and then I've top stitched round here, so this curve of the top of the pocket, and then that just makes it nice at the top. When you're sewing it on, you only have to turn under the bottom. I mean, you can turn this bit in as well, but I shall just turn that under. Just need to make sure that you hide in the red at the sides. I don't mind so much if it showed a little at the top, it's quite nice. You could do the back in denim if you wished, if you're having a go at something similar, but I just think it's nice to have a little bit of lining fabric on the inside of your pockets. So that's ready to go on, and I've pinned one on, so I'll show you what that looks like now. So it's pinned on here, placed it, I've got enough here for a good deep hem. And obviously there's lining to go in this as well. So it's all pinned on ready, and I need to make sure that I get my other pocket in exactly the same place on the front piece. So that's as far as I've got for now. It's the next day and I do need to get on with some work now. So I need to get on with some work. It's first thing in the morning. I'll do some work today, and then later on, maybe about tea time, I'll do some more on this. So that's sort of part one of the jacket, getting started. I hope you enjoyed that. If you're interested in what I'm wearing, I had this on yesterday as well. I've got a different top on. This is a style out top. This is a Courtney t-shirt. Doesn't really go with my cardigan. But my cardigan is, get the pattern and show you. I think I've showed it before. So my cardigan is the Marlowe sweater, and here it's showing the shorter version. I've actually got the longer version on today. So I'll see if I can stand it without making the camera go crazy. So I've got the long version on with the pockets, with the deep pockets and the big buttons. And I had this on yesterday as well. It is quite cold here at the moment in UK while I'm filming this. So that's what I'm wearing. So it's by True Bias. And I'm going to make some more of these because they're really handy. I'm going to make some of the shorter versions. And like I said, the Style Arc Courtney t-shirt underneath, which does not go with my sweater at all. But I'm cold, so that's what I'm wearing. So I'll be back soon, hopefully with the finished jacket. I hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know in the comments below if you're making anything similar, if you're making a padded jacket, because they do seem to be all the rage at the moment, a quilted jacket, and if you're having a go at quilting your own fabric. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Bye for now.